Live for a few minutes. I had to start a fire for them, warm their little house up in there. They got a little frost on the door, but you know, I keep an eye on their heads, their little red heads. As long as they don't, get any frostbite on that thing up there, they're okay. But boy, it got cold last night, didn't it? I brought a little out-of-tune ukulele with me. Yep. And I wasn't gonna do chicken yard today. I wasn't gonna do music with the chickens, but heck, they're so adorable and they're hanging out by. I got a little gas heater fire going for them, so maybe I can aim it. Hey, stay over here, Hughes, and I'll play you a song. Ready? Come on, girls. To warm your spirits. Here we go. My fingers are frozen. It kinda hurts. The guitar is suffering. It's not even a guitar, it's a ukulele, and it's suffering the 20 below. Everything's shrinking in different proportions on this ukulele. It's got a cool little frog on it. Anyway, the metal, I put metal strings on it because I don't know, I wanted to see how that sounded. I'm gonna come over here by the fire. My phone's probably getting cold. And what happens is I'll turn the propane heater on and it'll be on full for about 5 minutes or so, and then the liquid gas gets so cold, yeah, it just can't really come out there anymore. Anyway, I'm gonna probably put them back in their house. Dance around the restaurants. I come out here and I run that fire for a while. You got enough bedding in there? Oh, there's another egg. Thank you. You girls you're busy this morning. I got 2 eggs. So that's usually how I know they're not suffering too bad. You burying them? That's a smart thing to do. You're going to close the door for your own good. Yeah. Really wedge shut on that cloth nice and good. And I pull this one down and I tuck it in with your own breath. Well, this has been a moment with Music Dave in the frozen chicken yard. You want to go inside the house with me? I bet you're cold. It's cold in there. Brr. Yeah, anyway. So they're all wrapped up and tucked in, and they both gave me an egg today, so I probably won't bother them much more. Let me see, did I raise the temperature? I got it up to about 0, if you can see back there in the chicken house thermostat. Oh, it's coming up here in Fairbanks, Alaska. Oh. Coming up here in Fairbanks, Alaska. I got a lot of great birds by my feeder. Can you guys see the moon? It's like 5 times as big to us here. It's a big super moon. We're at the top of the planet, so everything's bigger up here, you know. It's like not only are we the largest state, but everything looks bigger in our sky. What's up, girl? Oh, I got these really beautiful cardinals, and I don't know why they're hanging out. I've never seen them before. My pigeons really like, I give them corn, give all my pigeons corn and nuts and stuff. And I'll get about a family of 10 or 15, sometimes 20, and I'll feed those boogers nuts and corn all winter long. And then if we do have some kind of, apocalypse or whatever, 4 or 5 of them makes a meal, and they're all corn fed, right? I'm just kidding. That's my beehive too. They're sitting on my beehive. Where are my cheepers? I hear my peep peeps and they're little red cardinals. Oh, there's one up there. Can you see them? Moving around up there. Peep peep peeping. Where is he? Peep a peep, peep a peep. He's moving. I can't zoom in for some reason on Twitch. This is Music Dave's backyard. It is effing cold today. I can't tell you, man. It's 20 below, but it's just got that really still frozen feeling. Anyway, you gotta be careful things don't snap and break. Got my car plugged in so my block will warm up enough I can start the engine here in an hour or so. Let's get in the house. Ooh, come on in, folks. So this is what's called, this is an Arctic entryway. Okay, so there's the door, I just closed it. And I gotta throw a blanket over it because it's an old house that leaks. It's the uke, the frog uke. I'm gonna put some nylon strings on it so I can tune it and it sounds better. I tried to tune it with the steel strings on and almost pulled the bridge up off of the top of the guitar. I put that bridge on there really good with some glue and some screws. It came as a little kit, and it was just sold for the frog art on it. It's got a frog. I like frogs. I'll tell you about that in book 3. Oh, frogs. So this is the Arctic entryway. And what you do in the Arctic entryway is it's a break before you get into the house, normally. I used to have a door right here, but it wasn't working out. I was getting a lot of moisture in this Arctic entryway, so I decided I'd take the door off. I put a blanket up there if it gets really cold. But anyway, you come in here first, and this is where you take off your boots and everything. This is where you reach into your pocket and you go, oh, another egg. Wow. And this is, let me see, what color is this? This one is copper's egg, and then the other one's a lot darker, and that's blue's egg. And you can tell which bird is laying what after a while. I guess if I had more birds, I wouldn't be able to. This is some new cold weather gear I was gifted from my beautiful wife. Yeah, it's a really thin layer, but super duper neat. And that's what you got to do in Fairbanks. Like, I was out there for probably, before I turned the camera on, I came in and got the camera, I was out there for about 20 minutes. I can take about 20-30 minutes out there without the real heavy duty gear on. Like, if I'm out there working and doing something, like I was just messing around, kind of feeding the chickens, feeding the wild birds, and checking on the property, making sure everything's hunky-dory. But if I was out there shoveling snow or doing something like that for a long period of time, this is probably about all I need. I just need a top and another coat and a hat, something to definitely cover your face. If you want to last for a long time outdoors in Alaska, you gotta cover the face. So anyway, this is the Arctic entryway. I haven't even taken off my boots. Where do I think I'll get in trouble if I go into the house with my boots on? Guess why? You know it. I stepped in chicken shit out there, and they're old boots. I've had these boots 10 years at least. You can, the boot shells last for a long time, and they fit your feet really good. But I keep my inserts, those woolly inserts. It's about time for another set of those. So I've got this really great Cabela's boot warmer, right? So what I do is I take my boots off, and I very carefully flip them over onto the boot warmer, and they get super warm and dry. And it's also easier to clean the bottoms of them in a little while. It's a different world. And I gotta have a couple of chickens. I just found that my life is a better life if I have a couple of chickens. Not just for the eggs, but there's a mental health aspect to it. Those birds in the spring and in the summer, when they're out running around, their personalities, they're just like people. Okay. Well, I'm going to take you through my kitchen. Ready? So this is how Music Dave lives. He comes in this way. He turns off lights behind him because he can still hear his father's voice in the back of his head. I don't wear shoes in my house if I can help it, unless it's an emergency. So here's the window that I usually watch all the birds through. But what is it? It's about noon. So all these birds have just gotten a whole bunch of food. They've eaten it because they saw me put more out. And they'll be back around 3:30, 4 o'clock. And they'll eat one more time before the sun goes down. That's what I've noticed. And so, yeah, got some dishes in the sink. I live, I breathe just like you do. Not perfect. Is my house a mess? Kinda. But look, there's another egg. So this is the difference between copper and blue and the color of their eggs, I can tell. So this is copper, that's blue. And this is my corkboard of love. It's got my family, my kids, my wife, her kids, all their artwork, the things they send us, spices, love, bananas, Fox and Raven. We draw on the walls. We don't give a crap. We'll paint when we leave. We've just been renting this place forever. Guy lives in California. He don't care. He's a good friend of mine, actually. He's a good friend of mine. Yeah, there's some more Virtue's art on the wall. She brought this drawing piece. So this is it fuels all the experiences and love that takes us into the living room area, where you got Music Dave's ideas and her ideas, Virtue's ideas, artwork. It's a little disorganized because we had a show last night and we really haven't done much to tidy up or whatever, but it's a nice quiet morning. And this is what it looks like when I'm not on stage with something cool on the green screen. I got that nice cube amp. We do live shows here. Sometimes, we do live shows here a lot, but sometimes we'll have a couple of folks back in here watching. See, we got the chicken cam, so we always know how they're doing in there. I should reset that. That doesn't look like it's running at all. So yeah, if I'm ever like, well, I wonder how my chickens are doing. There we go. So yeah, she goes in there, and now there's a heater underneath that box, that nest, and they'll both sit in there, warm their feet up before they sit on the perch. They got water, they got food back there. Yep, they're both in there, staying warm, warming up their feet. They're smart birds. I mean, so I've had some chickens that didn't know how to take care of themselves, stay warm. These birds got feathers on their feet. They're feather-footed copper blue marins. Yep, that's their breed. So she's getting some of her delicious water. That's her fuzzy little butt where all the eggs and the poop come out. Anyway, I could actually sit here and watch the doggone chicken channel here, the live chicken show, for hours. But I've also got life to live and things to do. But anyway, that's how we make sure that our birds are loved and cared for. And of course, Spirit the cat's around here somewhere, but I don't know where. Hiding under the bed or something. So this is my cool little stage. I come over here and I dream of things to play and sing for y'all and stories to tell. And oh, there he is. Dun dun dun. This is Spirit the cat. He lives here with me, or maybe I live here with him. I haven't figured it out yet. We get along pretty good. He's about 18 years old. You wouldn't know it. He's got such a spry stride, don't you? Yep. He's a ham. He likes to hang out during the show and just be cool and stand next to the lights. He likes the lights. What are you thinking about today, mister? He usually has a plan. I don't. Actually, it's Tuesday. I do have a plan. That's Rainy. That's my favorite and oldest Martin guitar. Here's a cool Fender. It's got the Stratocaster neck and electric guitar neck and acoustic guitar body. I keep that in open tuning. And then there's Gabriella up on the wall, hanging out. It's my electric guitar. I should play with that later tonight. Maybe figure out how to work with this looper. I got a looper and I'm still not too proficient with it. But, you know, that's the deal, is there's always room to grow in life. So I hope you all have enjoyed this tour of Music Dave's world. His kitchen. This is what I look like standing in the kitchen, looking out my window. There they are, they're back, the red cardinal ones. Hold on. So these are the two females. They're not too bright red, but the male, he's super bright red. Birds are a great blessing to have around your house. They do all kinds of good, all kinds of really functional things for the air and the frequencies in the air. And they set order to things, because birds are big ones for order. Like these pigeons won't come down and bother these little birds. They'll let them eat first. And even when the pigeons come down and eat, certain pigeons will stay up and watch while other pigeons eat, and then they'll rotate in. So there's so much order. There's so much... Oh, there he is. Man, I wish you could see how bright red he is. What are they going to do? I hope they stay in the area. These might be just moving through, these red birds. I don't know if they're going to stay all winter, but they sure are healthy looking. I wonder what they taste like. I shouldn't say that on live TV. It's just, kind of a jokey thing we do up here in Alaska, because everything's eating everything else in order to stay alive in the winter. The sun. So it's about 11:30, and the sun has just come up over there, and it might make it to there before it disappears again. But we haven't been getting a lot of sunlight, like 4 hours a day, and a lot of it's twilight, not direct or overhead sunlight. Anyway, stay cheerful, folks, and I'll see you later on tonight.